Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 20 of Declutter Me, a show about organizing and decluttering your life with your host, Shelina. Hello there.
Hi, Chirag. So today we're going to talk about how to unpack and organise your things after a move. So we talked about the whole process before you move. So we talked about decluttering and getting prepared for the move. So this is now you've moved. So how to get organised in a logical way so it makes the burden of the move less burdensome, if that's a word.
Right, so for those that maybe didn't catch that episode,
Number 3.
We talked about sort of decluttering and getting yourself organized, because it's better to do it before you move rather than take all of that stuff to the other side, outside of just the logistics of it, and then try and organize it at the other end. So today that's what we're going to talk about, right? We're going to talk about the organizing after you've moved and decluttered everything.
So hopefully you've just brought the things that you need to have in your house. So we're talking about, what you do as soon as you get into your new house. So the main thing is unpack as soon as possible. It's tiring and it will be for a few days or for the one day, but unpack everything as much as possible. Don't have boxes lying around there, because then they'll just stay there for months and months, which happens. And sometimes for some people, it's there until the next move, which by that point, you might as well just get rid of that box because you obviously didn't want to open it before. So don't let anything languish in your house, when you've moved into your new place. But if you have a lot and you haven't had unpackers help you, do unpack a few things, at least a box or a few a day, to get rid of all the boxes in your house, and set a deadline to fully unpack. So say within a week you will be fully unpacked and everything will be put away into its place. So that's the first thing. When you're moving into the new place, you should have put, say, post-it notes on the doors to say what each room was, what the room's purpose was. So it's easier to put the boxes for those rooms in there. So if you got a study, your kitchen, bedroom, which bedroom it's going to be for, and so have a purpose. And so it's easier to put all the items, all the boxes, all the furniture pieces into those rooms as soon as you move in. When you move into the house, start with the larger items. So the movers usually deal with that for you. So they unwrap everything, put it all into the right place immediately so that it's all set. So the couches, the beds, everything is all set up. And then with your bed, the first thing you should do is put the bed sheets on your beds that you're going to go to sleep with, because that first day you will be exhausted. The last thing you want to do at the end of the long day is start doing your bed sheets. So as soon as you get into your house, do the bed sheets.
Or worse, like hunt for them because you don't know where they are, or they're at the bottom of some box
Exactly.
somewhere.
So a good thing to do as well is, you have a suitcase that you take in your car with you, which would have your personal belongings, your jewelry, your certificates, all the, the secure stuff. Your first day of clothes. So you have your pajamas, your top, stuff for, underwear for the first few days. You'd have that all in the suitcase. Also put in your bed sheets and towels. So put in one set of towels, one set of bed sheets, and for each family member, they have their own suitcase with these essential things. So it's easy to find that, and that, don't take it out of the car until you need to. So keep it in your car, and then when you're ready, everything else has been unpacked, because it becomes like bedlam, when the boxes are coming in and the furniture are coming in. So at least if it's in the car and it's safe there, then that's fine. But just put the bed linen maybe into one of those large shopper bags, so you can take that out immediately and do your bed linen, your beds as soon as you move into the house. Another thing to think about, and this is what happens a lot especially when I help clients with the moving in, they start getting into the decoration. They get into the nitty gritty of decorating the house. First, unpack for function. So say with your kitchen, unpack everything and put it away, all the food into the cupboards, the saucepans, the cutlery, everything. Then you can do all the decorations of the fruit bowl with the fruit and the plants and all the knickknacks. You can deal with that at the end. They're not the essential things. You need to be able to live in your house as soon as you get in. So within a day or two, you should be living in your house. Those bits and pieces you can deal with afterwards. You can unpack them and leave them on a table, on, like, say, the dining table, and then put them away in the right place. But yeah, focus on the functionality of your house rather than the decoration. So that's a major thing to think about. Another thing, which is a great idea that I've got from another organizer is, you do the bed sheets, also unpack the children's toys. So if you have children, they can start playing with the toys, so they don't have to deal with the whole moving, and they're in their own corner playing, with their toys or on their iPad. Let them have that, so they have a sort of normalcy with the moving day. I know it's not a very normal day, but it will help them feel a bit better and a bit comfortable. The place that I always say to unpack first is the kitchen, because you'll need the kitchen for your food. You want to eat. It's
the central hub of the house.
It is the central hub of the house, as we said in episode 19. So always get that ready. And because, especially if you have kids and the whole family want to eat and you want glasses, you don't want to be eating from plastic, So unpack that first. Another one is to unpack the linen closet. So all the towels, the sheets. I've said, or have a suitcase with all the main things in there, but if you have time, do that as well. So that's all put away, and it's quite easy to do usually, and to put into one storeroom or into one cupboard.
So it's like the stuff that the immediate day-to-day stuff has to come out first, and then this awesome book collection that you have. You're not reading every day, but it's part of the collection, and it's important to you, and that's fine. Can go on the bookshelf 2 days later. That's fine. But the day-to-day stuff that you need right away, the kid stuff, pet stuff, all that stuff that immediately becomes critical to living in the house. You don't want to be rummaging through a big box for them. You want them out as soon as possible.
Like your toiletries, your makeup, the clothes that you need for work, or for, day-to-day life. So those should all come out immediately. Another thing that organisers suggest are focusing on your entryway, and which is a good point, because that's the way, the main bit where you walk in. So that should all be organised. Get rid of all the boxes from that area. Have the console table there with place for your keys and everything. At least when you walk into your house, you feel, you feel happy. You've entered a house and it's not chaotic. And have a place to put all your shoes when you come into the house as well. So that, it's a good way to start the process when you're moving into the house, and then you can focus on the nitty-gritty after that. So that's my tips for today on how to unpack when you get to your new house.
But yeah, as always, you can find more information about the show and show notes and all our previous episodes by visiting declutterme.com/podcast. You can also look for Declutter Me, that's DECLUTTR space ME, in any podcast player.
And if you want to follow Declutter Me on any of our social media, you just have to do @DeclutterMe. And you can also send me a message at any time if you need help with organising and decluttering your new home.